but the benefits of what we saw with Luke over just the last 6 days has been so rewarding and worth it. And by the end of 7 days, Luke is looking for hope, going to seek out hope, saying hope's names, even if he's just echoing some of the commands. He's stimming a lot less, his hand flapping, he's diverting back down to hope, to pet, which I never would have seen. And I think some of the things that I've enjoyed the most is seeing Luke lay on hope or hope on Luke, reading packs of books where before Luke would never initiate that on his own. At baseball, some of the players said the other parents said he was calmer. He stayed at the restaurant, I would say, a half an hour longer than we've ever stayed there before. I even commented to the owner, have you ever seen us stay this long? So he's not only has he realized what the importance is, it's also giving me the confidence to be able to control the situation and look a little bit better. So the redirecting is the biggest thing I'm seeing as a positive for Luke. And I just meant she's really already got our hearts. I'm not saying another dog wouldn't, but just her temperament of relaxing even me, because just like I said, getting ready in the car, I'm like, and Hope still just went with Luke, and we didn't even have him tethered getting in the car, and she was just calm and cool, and she even helps me. Because normally I can kind of handle it, but there's moments, and she's a very good addition, and she's good for Luke. You see that, and she's very playful for Julia, and it's just, she's really, it's a very good match. I just want to add that I know it was probably a very hard decision for Arizona Goldens of which dog to place in our family, but after doing the personality matching and the test and seeing Hope's personality, she is the most perfect, the absolute best fit for our family unit, and we're so glad to have her as part of our, as Luke's service dog. Oh, getting a service dog, Hope, has helped Luke tremendously. We're going on our 3rd week, and we've seen a reduction in hand flapping, a calmness in Luke, cooperativeness, especially out in public. He's pretty good sleeper, but this last 3 weeks he's been a really good sleeper. He's probably exhausted from all the boot camp.
She's tired because she's
I think that Luke knows he's got a buddy. He's got a friend. He asks where Hope is. When I say it's bedtime, he goes and finds Hope. When he's in his room, he wants Hope up on her bed. In the car, Hope's right there. He cares where Hope's at, and that has never happened. Luke has not cared about someone or something else besides Thomas. So at least you're breathing. You're not Thomas. So we see definitely an improvement.
I'm going to use the hope and it's her hope. It just worked out that way. I didn't think of that when we named her Hope.
It's true though. I mean, I'm not saying this just because you're doing a video.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know what else to do. We've tried all the medicines. We've tried everything else, literally.
It's just really.
And we were at our lowest point of what Luke was gonna, what his future was gonna look like. I see Luke's anxiety level lowered, and then just out in the public, whether it's his baseball team or even his social play date that he was able to attend on Monday, everyone feels that Luke is just calmer. The first thing I noticed was when we went to a puppy training event that Arizona Goldens holds periodically, and Luke was holding the leash and he wouldn't let go of it the whole time in the store. And we were in the middle of our fundraising. I didn't even know how long it would take for us to get Hope, and just seeing that bond and that connection and that interest that Luke had, and then his ability to actually hold on to the leash, I was shocked. The only time we let go of the leash, and I would say we were in Walmart for a good hour, was in the toy aisle with Thomas, and you know,
But I think he enjoys independence so much that he's not holding my hand or put in, say, a shopping cart or in a jogging stroller, that he's not bolting from us, even when I'm not holding his hand and I haven't tethered him yet. He's not bolting, he's listening to us better. And I think he's enjoying that I have more confidence to go out in public. One of our outings was Ryan's Pet Supply, which I highly recommend anyone doing, because there's a lot there. We'll just leave it at that. But I wouldn't even have attempted that. I would not even have attempted that without hope. So that leads into meltdowns. I would say, we've kept Luke up a little bit later because of the boot camp, so time will tell a little bit more on how frequently his meltdowns are, because I think he has been a little bit tired, and then he's, I think, catching a cold this week. But what I've noticed is the duration of them have shortened drastically. And it's not only that, is then I have hope as Arsenal to do a lay on, or a distractor to pet, or a motivator to do something else, and then I'm physically not restraining or holding or trying to do something hands-on with Luke. So it's helped all a way around. It seems like we kept doing the same pattern over and over, and it wasn't working, but now adding hope to it, even though from maybe another mother's standpoint, they would say, oh my goodness, you're adding a whole nother dimension to it. I could barely handle my child. But it actually is another helpmate helping you. She knows, almost 90 plus commands, and she could just be there right there helping you get through that. I would highly recommend any family with a child on the spectrum get a service dog. Luke is almost 8, and he was diagnosed at 2. So over the almost 7 years, we've done multiple therapies, biomedical, multiple different interventions. And I would say this is the one that gives me the most hope for Luke's independent future.